Thanks for tuning in. This is Thomper Be Thompin', and in this video I'm going to give you a quick review on how I use this Harbor Freight Predator 5000 generator with my toy hauler. So we primarily bought this generator to run our toy hauler while we're camping off-grid at our property, but we're also going to use it at hare scramble races across Virginia, where it's essentially off-grid as well. So it did come in handy another time too when we lost power at the house and I had to run the sump pump and the refrigerator and the freezer on a pretty hot, stormy night. So dual use. So on to the good stuff. This thing is dual fuel, so it runs on gasoline or propane. Gasoline, it has a sustained running watts of 3,900, and on propane it's 3,600. It's great for something like a toy hauler or a camper where you have onboard propane. You can always use that as a backup if you run out of gasoline. Another cool feature is it does have a pure sine wave inverter, so if you are hooking up any sensitive electronics like computers, phones, or anything like that to charge off of, or to charge, then you're good to go there. So this thing has a 3.7 gallon tank, and according to the manufacturer, it can run a claimed 18.2 hours on 25% load. Additionally, it is carbureted. I've only ever used non-ethanol gasoline, 87 octane, which is great. Speaking of which, it does come with different jetting kits. If you're at different types of elevation, we're pretty close to sea level here, maybe a couple thousand feet at the most, so no worries there. And lastly, it does come with all the hookups for the propane tanks. So I couldn't find on Harbor Freight's website anywhere exactly what they meant by 25% load, so I'm just going to assume that's 25% of the 3,900 running watts, which would be about 975 watts. So that's not quite enough to run your onboard AC unit or a space heater on high. Both those draw around 1,500 watts. But it is enough to run this space heater on low, which is only about 750 to 800 watts. So if you're just running a heater on low and maybe a small fan, you're below that 25% load, so you should get that 18 hours, no problem. So we actually did just that. In the wintertime, here in the mountains of West Virginia, I took this toy hauler and I ran this space heater using this generator. We ran the generator for about 10 hours. I did use the eco mode on the generator, so I turned that on to help conserve fuel because we had the space heater hooked up to a thermostat, so it would only come on as needed throughout the night. It was a winter overnight, so it was spending way more time on than it did off. But even at those loads, we still ended up with about a half of a tank after approximately 10 hours of running. The fuel gauge on these, it's just one of those typical like float style fuel gauges, so you get a ballpark idea of how much fuel you have left in the tank. So maybe not the most accurate thing, but I think you can definitely go around 18 hours or so just running 25% load. So just a warning to all you headphones users out there, I am going to turn the unit on here in a couple seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire it up. It's cold. I have not started this thing at all yet today. And I'm going to turn eco mode on. Right now it's off, just because I want you to hear the RPMs of how this thing kind of matches the demands of the outputs. Then I'm going to put this space heater on, plug it in, and I'll run it at both the 1,500 watt setting and then the 800 watt setting. So again, this is a cold start. So battery on, gasoline on. I did not drain the carb before. You got electric start, and you also have a pull start on the side and a key fob, which we'll talk about later. Okay, why is electric start not working? Oh, there it goes. I think I did something. There we go. This is pretty typical. You got to hit it a couple times to get it to start the first time. That's actually the longest it's ever taken. There she goes, she fires up. Eco mode is currently off, but I'm gonna give it a few seconds to run. Just turned eco mode on. So here I'll switch back to off and then back on for eco mode. Off. Back on. Okay, so eco mode's on. I'm gonna plug in the space heater. The space heater is currently off. I'm gonna set it straight away to the 1500 watts. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. I'll try to get closer to the exhaust. Here, now I'm on the exhaust side. 1500 watts. $700 watts. 1500 watts. Off. 1500 watts. And off. So if you have a very low draw, this thing is extremely quiet. There's plenty of other videos that go into like sound testing and all that stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about with this Predator 5000 is the weight and the mobility of it. So it weighs 110 pounds. I'm assuming that's with no gasoline inside. So add maybe 15, 20, 30 pounds, depending on how much gas you have in. But it has 4 wheels, and they're actually larger than they used to be on previous models, and you can lock them using this little lever. So you can lock these, at least this front wheel, to keep the unit from moving around on flat ground. That's a useful feature. And it's also got this telescoping handle that normally works really easy. So you got this telescoping handle, and I'm going to pick it up and just pull it around in this very, very fine gravel and grass. So it's really easy to move around. I can pull it up the ramp of my toy hauler, no problem. Now picking it up is probably another issue. Here, I'll give it a little lift. Yeah, I wouldn't want to carry this thing too much if I didn't have to, hence the wheels and the telescoping handle. But for example, the Predator 9500, the next size up in Predator's line, that thing weighs like 257 pounds. It also comes with wheels, and it's also like a much more powerful unit. It can power 240 volt, for example, and it has a much bigger gas tank. So it's a completely different animal, but just saying, for how much you pay, for how much you get out of it, size and everything, like this Predator 5000 is kind of right in the sweet spot. So this unit also comes with this little remote start key fob. So you can actually turn the thing on and off remotely. I forget what distance, probably like 100 feet or so. So let's give it a shot. I'm gonna hold down the button twice. And hold. Okay. There we go. I had to do it again. So you can remote start the unit, and from inside of your camper you can turn it off. Single click of the off button. Remote start on, remote start off. Pretty nifty little feature that they include. So this Predator 5000 also has a parallel port feature where you can run 2 of these together for double the output, although I've never tried it and I have no experience with it, so maybe check out some other videos. So I obviously haven't had this generator for very long, but if I could make one little nitpicky criticism or room for improvement, it would be that I wish it had some sort of like Bluetooth technology where you could link to an app on your phone. From there you could kind of check what kind of output you have going on. You could maybe check your fuel level, that'd be cool, but probably more importantly, you could set timers for auto turn off or auto turn on. Like if you want your unit to turn off strictly at like 10 p.m. because campgrounds have like quiet hours, something like that, that'd be cool. I also know that would drive up the price, so it's already at a very attractive price, or at least it was when I bought it. These things are going up every single year, it seems like. So I know that would happen. So like not really a complaint, just like maybe a cool option for the future. That'd be pretty neat. So in conclusion, we'll see how this thing does long term. I'm going to do all the regular basic maintenance, air filter, oil changes. I'm going to take care of the carburetor of this thing. I'm going to make sure it only ever sees non-ethanol gasoline. And yeah, we'll see how it does long term. If you got any questions, suggestions, cool tips, comments, please let me know. Thanks for watching.